Yo guys, what is going on? It's Slayer. Welcome back to another weapon guide for Modern Warfare. This is the series where I basically tell you what class setup is the best for each weapon in the game, and I'll try to get you as prepared as possible for the official release on October 25th of Modern Warfare. Now today we're covering the MP5, which is the first SMG that you unlock, and honestly it's the best SMG in the game. It's very good at short to medium ranges, and I'll show you exactly what you want to be using on this weapon. Now first up is the muzzle. Currently I use the lightweight suppressor, which as it states has an increased damage range and gives you that sound suppression, and you're sacrificing ADS speed and gun steadiness. However, something that's very weird is that the description for the lightweight suppressor says that you're sacrificing range for stealth and agility, so I don't know why it says that you get an increase to damage range, and it's something that I find kind of odd. Either the actual statistics for this attachment are wrong, or the description that they wrote is incorrect. I'm not sure which one. This is still the attachment that I found to be the best on the MP5, the best muzzle, so I use the lightweight suppressor, and I would recommend trying this out. If this muzzle doesn't feel good to you and it doesn't feel like it's doing much, then I would recommend the muzzle brake. The muzzle brake basically makes it so that you have increased recoil control. It just tightens up your bullets and it'll make you hit more bullets in a quicker amount of time and will hopefully guarantee you that kill without having to worry about stray fire. So yeah, either the muzzle brake or the lightweight suppressor. Maybe the lightweight suppressor will be patched when the game fully comes out and it will say what it actually does, whether it is the damage range increase or it's not. I'm not really sure. Next, we're going to go over to the barrel, and there's only one barrel available for this weapon, which is the lightweight barrel. At least there's one at the moment in the beta. This is the barrel that I would personally recommend anyway, because what it does, it increases your ADS speed. Now ADS speed is something that's very useful on an SMG, as you're going to be in a lot of close quarter fights and have to react really quickly. Having that increase in ADS speed will hopefully land you that kill, and you'll be able to react quicker and mow down your opponent in a shorter amount of time. We're going to skip over the underbarrel magazine and all that stuff and go right over to the rear grip, which is the pistol grip. Yet again, the attachment that I recommend in every single video. Basically what it does, it gets rid of that sprinting fatigue. In this game, when you go from sprinting to aiming, there will be a slight delay and you won't be able to aim down sight immediately. This will basically get rid of that completely, and you'll have a quicker aim down sight when coming directly off of a sprint, which is very useful for a run and gun playstyle, and that is why I recommend using this attachment. Next, we're going to go over to the stock, which is the lightweight stock. The only stock that is available for the SMG is the lightweight stock at the moment in the beta. Basically what it does, it gives you increased movement speed while aiming down sight. It's basically that stock that's been in every single COD game forever now. You're just going to have that increase while aiming and be able to jump corners easier while still saying aim down sight. That is why I recommend using the lightweight stock. Lastly is the perk, and the perk that I would recommend is sleight of hand. Having a running gun playstyle personally, I know that you're going to be running into a lot of enemies and going through ammo very quickly. Having that increase in reload speed is something that will significantly help you, and there is no downside to using sleight of hand. That's why I would recommend it over an extended mag or something like that. So sleight of hand is a perk that I would 100% recommend using. The one that I use though, however, in the beta is frangible wounding. This is basically the second perk that I would recommend if you don't want to use sleight of hand. What it does, it makes it so that when you shoot someone, they're going to have a slight delay to their heal. They won't be able to regenerate immediately, and hopefully you'll be able to confirm your kill if someone is trying to run away from you. That is basically the big benefit to using this frangible wounding perk, but sleight of hand is something that I would recommend over it. So those are the attachments that I recommend using on the MP5. Now we're going to go to the rest of the loadout, and I'll show you what you guys should use to benefit this weapon. First, we're going to talk about the perk 1 slot. There are 2 perks that you could use here that I would recommend, which are either double time or quick fix. Double time basically makes it so that you have an increased movement speed, an increased tactical sprint speed, and you have an increased duration to that tactical sprint. I believe that is the best thing to use with an SMG class, as it really supports that run and gun playstyle. But you could also try using quick fix. Quick fix basically makes it so that you get regeneration anytime you're doing something like killing people, capturing objectives, holding objectives, doing damage. That's basically what quick fix does. It's basically the counter to frangible wounding, and it's a very good perk, but I would recommend double time over it for this class setup. In the perk 2 slot, there's 2 perks that stand out, and these are the only 2 perks I would recommend in this slot, which are High Alert and Ghost. Ghost is the ghost that's been in every single COD game. It basically supports flankers. If you want to be undetected and you're flanking someone and you don't want to be spotted by a UAV or a radar drone or something that will detect you, then use Ghost. It will benefit you. Otherwise, use High Alert, which is basically an awareness perk that will give you a pop-up on screen, which is a bright yellow light, letting you know when someone's aiming at you from behind you. Using this perk and having that extra awareness could definitely be a lifesaver, which is why I personally like High Alert as a perk. If you have good awareness and a good headset already, you might not need to use High Alert, but it's a perk that I personally recommend. In the perk 3 slot, we have 2 perks yet again that stand out, which are Battle Hardened and Tracker. Battle Hardened is basically Tactical Mask. It makes it so that you won't be hit as hard by flashes and stuns, you'll have a reduced effect, and you'll be able to fight back when you're hit by one. Tracker is the tracker that was in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. Basically, you'll see someone's footsteps where they've previously been. You'll know when someone is camping in a building, you'll see that footprint trail. It's a very useful perk to have. I would recommend either of these 2 perks. I personally like Battle Hardened though. That way I could fight back when I get hit by a stun or a flash, and it actually gives you a chance. That is why I would recommend Battle Hardened over the Tracker. That way you can actually fight back in certain scenarios. The lethal, I don't really know what to recommend. I would just recommend using a grenade with this class. It really doesn't matter whether you use a Semtex or a frag. I mean, you could use a C4. It's completely up to preference. But the tactical, I would recommend one of 2 things. I would either recommend the stun grenade or the stim shot. Now, the stun grenade basically will keep someone in one spot. When you throw it at them, they'll be stunned, they won't be able to move, they'll have a reduced movement speed. It is very, very, very useful for keeping your opponents in one spot and basically giving you an advantage over that opponent. That is why I personally like the stun grenade, because when I hit someone with it, it's basically a guaranteed free kill. But also the stim shot is another good thing to use. It basically will give you that instant regeneration when you use it, and you won't have to worry about relying on that delay when you're unable to heal and you might be on low health. It's also another counter to the frangible wounding perk that are on a lot of weapons, so stim shot is a good thing to use just to counter that alone. So yeah guys, that is the MP5 class that I recommend. Now we're going to jump into some gameplay and I'll show you what this thing looks like in action. Alright, now one thing that you're going to notice that is a little bit different than my previous weapon guides is that there is no commentary over the gameplay for this video. I ended up recording this one a little bit late, this gameplay footage, and it's really not the best footage either. I basically tried to get together any footage I can and just get a game in before the beta ended because I recorded this on the very last day. But still, I wanted to showcase some gunplay with this weapon, and yeah, so enjoy the gameplay.
Got him. Got a personal radar drone ready for escort. Nice, in that recon. Got control. Copy that. I'm hit. Personal radar drone ready for escort. Securing C. Friendly UAV overhead. Allied cruise missile away. Friendly UAV overhead. Back up and out. UAV overhead. Enemy personal radar in the air. Assist your team at B. Got 2 objectives. Lock it down. Hostiles are taking Bravo. Lost Bravo. Securing Bravo. Enemy holds 2 objectives. Take them back. I'm hit. Throwing a stun. drone ready for escort. Cruise missile away.
Copy. Jaguar 3-0 en route for personal radar coverage.
Securing Bravo. Friendly UAV overhead. Got a UAV on station, ready for flight.
Jaguar 3-0.
Taking Bravo. Bravo secure. Charlie. Holding true, we have the advantage.
Okay.
Securing C. Captured Charlie. Got a personal radar drone ready for escort.
Copy. Jaguar 3-0 en route for personal radar coverage.
Fixed them up proper, that's how it's done.
Yeah guys, so that is the MP5 weapon guide. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you found this helpful. Drop a like down below to support the video and subscribe to my channel to be notified whenever I drop more content. I've also been streaming more on Twitch, so if you would, please go check out my Twitch channel, link in description. I'm dropping videos basically 3 times a week right now. It may get more frequent, more infrequent, I'm not really sure, but anytime that I do upload, you will see that video as soon as it goes up, so click that subscribe button right now. Did you do it? All right, good. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. This is Slayer, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.